The reason why I got fired from fucking Starbucks, and she still works there, was basically because I couldn't do latte art. We've got the network, we've got the placement, we've got the recruiters, we've got the software. Capital closer, bigger, badder, better. Right, okay, what's happening, people? Back here at the home turf. Look, this video, we are back in the UK, myself and Jerry, here for the next couple of weeks now, and then most likely we'll go back to Dubai for a week, and then probably Marbella for the whole of summer. This week, what it's about, we've flown Carolus over here for the next sort of 4 or 5 days. Jerry's gonna be here. We've hired an office here, which we're all gonna be working from, and effectively, main focus of this week is really for us to finalize the final changes that we're making to Capital Closer. We're completely changing how we are operating as an organization and what we're doing. It's been something on my mind for the last sort of 6 months now, and we've been putting it in place over the last 4 months. Building, iterating, having conversations, partnerships. To be honest with you, the vision's clearer than ever in terms of what we're doing and what we're looking to build here. Final changes, it's a big announcement. I'm going to announce it to all the guys inside Capital Closer, and everyone else is going to know how we're going to be structured as a company moving forward, what it's going to entail. You're going to come along in the next sort of 4 or 5 days, week in the life, what we're going to be doing. There's loads planned. We're going up to London on Saturday as well. Start off, as always, David Law gym session. Let's go. It's actually leg session. I haven't told Jerry we're going to do it, but we have to do it because I've got to follow a plan that I'm on now. So, you want to start on this, Jezza?
I didn't fucking sign up for this.
Can you beat London when the sun's out? Apart from the obvious, tax, safety. Let's remove that and put that to one side. Just can't beat London. What would the version of you or the business owner who's making X amount think? Would they allow tax to control them? And to be like, oh, but I'm going to save X amount. Yeah, but like, with the version of you that's making that, who's going to get all of that anyway, would you allow that to be a reason as to why you essentially stay somewhere you don't 100% want to be? But don't be controlled, you can just do what you want. And the big players, they're not in Dubai. They're not in Dubai. And there's a reason why they're not. Of course, the people sort of get started, but I think the big players, they see through it. Like, I'm not here for the 3-5 years. I'm building something for decades and decades. So it's like, where's going to suit me? Where's going to suit my company? Where's going to suit my employees? And you just sort of go with it from there. And I think that's been a bit of a realization, but you've got to go through it to realize it. So you've got to try these places and make your own decision, right? Don't listen to like, oh, it's safety. Make your own decision, right? Figure out what you want in life and then make your decision off of that, So I used to do in my corporate sales job, like commercial office fit out. So all of these companies here, we used to call like the CEO, the CFO, find the phone number and call them and see if they were moving office. And my first big job that I won, it wasn't actually mine because I was the lead gen. I wasn't actually a closer at that point. I was an SDR, I was a cold caller. Was Royal Caribbean Cruises. It's like a 25,000 square foot office move. It's one of these buildings here. And yeah, I remember it very, very, very well. That's the issue though, it took so fucking long to close, so you wouldn't even get excited. At the beginning you're like, oh my God, like I've got a deal. When are you getting paid on that? Probably about a year, Connor. Oh, okay, that's fun. So yeah, that's the reality. Bro, you're parking in the middle of the road. Am I? Oh yeah. Caught me. Oh fuck, between us both. We should be banned. I'm going to do a member interview with Jack Scott, Tom Fenny. We're going to do it here. Jack Scott cleared 31,000 in take-home commissions the other month, and Tom Fenny used to be a business development manager. Last month actually cleared 61,000 in take-home commissions. 35,000 was from closing, and the rest was from sales management. So what we do is we effectively want to work with people through their entire journey within the remote sales space, because look, at the end of the day, it's like you're always going to want more. It's just like a footballer. Like if you think about Cristiano Ronaldo's evolution, he went to Lisbon, United, then he went to Real Madrid, and then so on and so forth. Like you're going to want to grow. You're not going to always stay there. So what we want to do, because we've done it ourselves, and Jerry, for example, has gone from closing to sales management to basically growth operating now and doing marketing and sales front to back. We want to do that for everyone. Now, of course, you can't run before you walk, and at the same time, like you may not be that type of person. Like top performers probably make more sense for you to double down in the remote sales role itself, because you can still get to 50, 60, 70, 80,000 a month from remote sales itself. Of course, that's the elite of the elite, but that's the people that we work with, and that's the people that we allow to elevate to that sort of milestone.
Connor was a teacher. What type of teacher do you think he'd be?
Driving instructor, maybe. Focus studio. And that's the most corporate thing I've ever seen in my life.
need to find somewhere, because for some reason, again, it's what happens when you're working from a corporate environment, it shuts at 5. Of course it does. Everyone's checking off, everyone's going home for some reason. Needs to do sort of about another 2-3 hours just to go into tomorrow and have everything sort of mapped out so we can hit the ground running. Comment ça va?
And the ticket size for a lot of these different clients that come in, like we're not going to accept less than $1 million basically in investment. So the minimum ticket.
This is what I mean, B2C, you know, when you do, I don't have the finances. We're not going to accept investors that have less than $1 million liquid. It gets to a certain point as well, you've got to think about it from a remote sales standpoint. Like that's why, like for us, even at that sort of, you know, our level is like, right, how can we make it easier for the sales reps we work with for Capital Closer? Because the reality is, like, if you want to get to like 40, 50, 60, 100, 150,000 a month as a remote sales rep, of course you can do it. The only reason you'll think you can't do it is because you're probably thinking about operating maybe just in the high ticket mentorship space. And of course, yeah, you may be capped at 30k a month, but that's why we're not allowing the guys to be capped in that. We're thinking about other industries. How can we leverage it? How can we find a way where we can implement the sales process? It's still short, still big commissions, and it's still warm inbound calls where they can set their calendar work from anywhere because they're out there. You can't get ahead of yourselves with these types of things. You've got to go and know the intricacies, the specifics, and you've got to go the data. It's all got to be based off data. You can't say, oh, everyone's going to earn this. That's why we have these conversations to filter it out, to make sure we sort of vet the role before we even give it to anyone in Capital Close. Because the issue is when you're on your own, you will get into the space and yeah, you might find a role, but a lot of shit's going to come up. Oh, 20k a month earnings and 50 and all of that stuff. And I'm telling you right now, piece of advice to anyone looking to get into remote sales, you will probably, if you don't know what you're doing, you'll probably think you've landed a great role and it will probably be shit because there's not as much of a filtering system as there would be in corporate roles. Now, granted, corporate roles are shit because you only earn 3-5k a month. So yeah, the benefit is, yeah, you've got a bit more of a corporate system, but yeah, you earn fuck all. But that's the thing you have to think about remote sales. You earn a lot of money, but there's a lot of people that, you know, maybe don't have the right systems and processes in terms of hiring and recruiting. So you've got to be careful with that. It's like a fucking Wild West sometimes, whereas we vet all of them. We make sure that they're verified so that you're not wasting any time. That's one big thing for me is working with really, really great people. And that's
what
why
makes a great person?
I think it's passion, obsession, and like the minute specific details about what they do. You can tell within 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, you know, if someone really knows what they're talking about in their industry, and it's the passion, it's the minute details, the intricacies that they obsess and talk about that you go, wow. And I love it. Look, obviously sales is our thing, but in whatever someone does, when they've got a passion and a burning desire to do something, and they really know their craft, I love it.
Look at the inputs first. So you start by looking at the inputs of the system.
I heard you do not listen to music while driving, but only podcasts.
Only, yeah. Done it for like, what, 4 years now? Like, I just can't listen to music. Like, even in the gym, like, look, don't get me wrong, I know I could lift more and, you know, you get more energy. And look, I've done it at the odd time where you're like, oh, you know, I'm really pumped up. But the more that you do, the less time that you have normally, you know. And of course you can delegate and you can put people and systems in place. But even so, you know, whenever you're trying to do something that's not been done before and trying to do it sort of at the pinnacle level, the best of the best, the top 0.001%, like, you're not going to have a lot of time. So what, do you just then not learn anymore? Do you not like gain any more wisdom, any knowledge? And the way that I do things always is like, I've always got an AirPod in, I've always got headphones in, I've always got a podcast on or something that's relevant, and it's either specifically to the industry that I'm operating in currently, whatever that will be in the current moment, or other people within business in different industries. What can I learn, what can I implement, because that's also massive. People that are in different industries, and how can you sort of implement that into your industry and what that would look like. And then lastly is more sort of elite level, whether it be within sport, and just getting an understanding in terms of their way of thinking and everything else. And I just love it. I absolutely love it. On 1.5x, 2x speed, and I'll whiz through videos and videos and videos. And that's the thing, you know, that you almost train the algorithm to find new stuff for you, which is why I just love YouTube so much. So once you do that over like a 1, 2, 3, 4 year period, you even forget yourself. You're like, shit, like, that's how you know it all, because you've just like brainwashed yourself. But it's almost a healthy brainwash because you're doing it to these people that have done vastly successful, you know. Right, okay, obviously, you know, not the most ideal parking space, but what you got to learn sometimes is it's just like efficiency. You just got to get it done at the end of the day. Like the parking ticket, 40, 50 quid, what, for convenience? Flip it on its head.
oh, I've got to pay 50 quid for a parking ticket. No, I get to pay £50 to park where I want. Quickly get a coffee now, then give us a trim. Back here now, and yeah, it's more of a case of like figuring out what the sort of next steps are, where I'm going to set myself up, what we're going to be doing, we'll strategise the next 3, 4, 5 year plan, where I want to spend my time, my days, everything else, and obviously where we're rolling out this new model. Like, I think it's very much needed to get all the team together, have a conversation, and look, a lot of the sales reps we work with, they're all from the UK, right? So it gives us a good chance to meet up with a lot of the guys inside, and I mean, next weekend what we'll be doing is we'll be sort of meeting quite a lot of them, predominantly the top performers, having conversations with them. We're going to be rolling out and sharing with them the new model before anyone else, understand, get feedback from them, what they think about it, and yeah, effectively it's going to be exciting and it's going to have a big impact on them. You know, I've made sure that what we're doing, it's going to affect the people that are new, the people that are already making 5k a month and still in their corporate sales roles, and the people that are making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 a month. You know, I wanted to make sure that it benefits the whole entire organisation, which it does. So this will give you an understanding when it comes to remote sales roles, because a lot of people ask, like, how do I land a remote sales role and all of this sort of stuff. Let me be very, very clear. Landing a remote sales role is not the same as landing a corporate sales role. There is a reason why in your corporate sales role, you're only making 3, 4, 5, 6, if you're lucky, £8,000 per month take home after tax consistently. Keyword there, consistently, and the other one being after tax, all right? I don't care if you've had, you know, a good sort of quarter, we all get those ones. I'm talking about consistently on a month-to-month basis. You're only making that. So of course you can just submit a CV, you know, just go to a recruiter and you can land the job. It's simple because it's just a set of tasks that you're doing. Anyone can do it. Remote sales, you're a high performer. And there's a reason why you can just walk into a Sunday League football club and you can just get a trial effectively and play for them. Whereas for a football academy, you have to be good enough. There's an intensive process because the stakes are higher. With these remote sales businesses, effectively, they're paying 10, 40, 50, 60,000 a month to their remote sales reps. Do you think they're going to be like, oh yeah, you've got some... No, they want to see live call data. They want to see mock calls. They want to see reviews. They want to see commission slip. They want to see verified proof. They want to get references. If they're going to be paying out that amount of money and, you know, putting ad spend into the marketing and then that going in your... They're spending thousands a day to get leads in your calendar. They're not risking, yeah, you might be able to close, but why would they take the bet on, oh, you close at 20%, but we could have someone who's got training and gone through everything else and close at 40%. They could cost themselves millions per year by making that decision. So what we do, we've got the network, we've got the placement, we've got the recruiters, we've got the software partnerships, the platforms, and it's a big thing that's happening with this new model, the amount of partnerships that we effectively have. We place guys directly, so you don't have to go through that. And the reason why we do, selfishly, to give you transparency, is they know that they've come from us at Capital Closer. So they're like, look, I can vouch for it. I know that you guys only work with corporate sales reps. That's a big tick because they've already got 3, 5, 10, 15 years of experience within sales. And they've got for a ramp up and placement system to get well versed in selling in the particular industry. So it's going to be quick and easy. So rather than needing 5 years of remote sales experience like you normally would, we can just plug you directly into these roles. But the only way that that can keep happening is if you're good enough. Because the word of mouth has got around enough now where people go, right, we want more reps from you. That's why we have exclusive partnerships with companies, because they know how good our talent pool effectively is. As you can see, got a bunch of offers hiring for right now. AI offers, B2B marketing agency, BizOp, investment banking. If we just click here, this will take you to a type form. You sort of fill everything in and basically apply for these roles. So there's about 4 roles there effectively. On target earnings will be anywhere from 10,000 up to 50,000 per month. That'll be directly put straight to our top performers and the people that we see most fit for, rather than do what most people do and go to the whole community or the people inside, oh, everyone apply. No, we're smart and strategic. We understand that if we put the best people forward, that creates a great flywheel system where they're going to want to give us more, and then we can place the top quality reps. So that's going to go to a few guys inside Capital Closer. On a plate for them, direct placement. That's what we do every single day. So, just finished up a bit of work there, did a session at Capital Closer. Yeah, interesting call to be fair, as 8 new guys are placing above 10k a month in commissions, most of them being part-time, still in their corporate sales role. Big thing for us is always looking at new people hitting that milestone per month. Yeah, it's great, people making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 a month consistently, but new people that we bring on board the organisation 2, 3, 4 months ago, then are at that mark. So I'm gonna head to the gym now. Don't normally go to the gym, hate doing it in the evening, absolutely hate it, but it needs to get done. It's mental. I used to obviously go to this gym when I was in sixth form, and I used to cycle I used to literally cycle here. Like, well, I mean, it's only 2 miles, so it's not a long cycle. Cycling here 2 miles, it was dark, your hands are freezing because it's like 4, 5, 6 degrees, it's freezing, and you're like, oh, I've got school in the morning, and oh, don't even know what day it is now. But yeah, it's always weird like going back to places where you're sort of doing it. But that's the thing, I used to smash the gym back in sixth form, and now it's a little bit, I don't know, you just look at it from a timing point of view, like, I don't have the time. Plan of attack today, hit the gym. Hopefully Big Dog Jizza Curling's going to be showing up. For some reason he decided to bottle it yesterday. Basically a day of filming, really, to be honest with you. VSL to film, ads to film. We've got many different videos for the new model that we're rolling out to film for all of the guys inside Capital Closer. Because we are rolling out basically the first week of April, effectively the new model. So making sure it's all checked, we'll sort of test the systems and everything else and make sure it's all good. Yeah, got a few meetings today as well. So that's for a few of the sales teams that we're running at the moment. The second meeting with that company that you would have seen last night, I'm meeting the other 2 co-founders, basically get an introduction to them, basically get going on that specific partnership, which I'm very, very excited for. Then we've got to pick up the remote sales tops. 18 activewear sets. A lot of the guys hit 15k in a single month in commissions. A few hit 30k in a single month in commissions, and we got one who surpassed 50k in comms, which they basically get this one here that I'm wearing, which is the white remote sales top. That's what you get when you hit 50k in comms. So it's gonna be a good one. Right, okay, so we are currently actually at one of the places that I used to work. Obviously we talk about my corporate sales job quite a lot. Of course, that was one of the jobs and the main ones that I used to work. However, not a lot of people know the other many jobs that I used to work. And I think having all of these things, I always say this to my brother, like he's just so lucky because I just basically tell him everything to not do and then he just gets to skip it all, which is great. But I'm very thankful and grateful that I had to go through all the shit. For example, I worked at Amazon, all right? I wasn't an Amazon delivery driver, I was basically doing like the packages. So doing the packages, putting them away in that massive warehouse, paid like what, £6, £7 an hour? Did that for like 2-3 months, making like what, £500, £800, £1,000 a month? Did that, I'd cycle 2.5 miles there, 2.5 miles back. Then did Giggling Squid, it's basically a restaurant. I was a waiter there. 6 months, again, making like 500 quid. And then the big one, which I got fired from. This place, Starbucks. I got fired. The reason why I got fired from fucking Starbucks, and she still works there, the lady as well. Hope you're watching this, alright, you big dog? Was basically because I couldn't do latte art, which is bullshit, right? Basically, latte art, you have to do a fucking swan on a cappuccino. I'm not a creative person, I'm fucking shit. I'm a salesperson, right? Fucking doing a bit of latte art, absolutely fucked it. She fired me, basically. Luckily enough, at that time, for those that don't know, I used to throw mansion parties. So me and my best mate, we used to throw mansion parties all across Surrey. We threw 5 in mansions, and then we did about 6 events in like, you know, sort of exclusive venues up in London at 17, 18 years old. So we'd hire 16 bedroom mansions in Surrey, me and my best mate, and we'd invite 250 to 300 people, charge them £25 a ticket. We've made thousands per party. It was basically like Project X in the UK, it was crazy. And we're bringing it back to Capital Closer. We're bringing it back. I'm not going to tell you too much, but we're bringing it back. Project X is coming back. Capital Closer, bigger, badder, better. Bye bye, take care. So yeah, I was just doing a meeting there. It's a new partner we've taken on board at Sales Leaders. Basically just running through the SDR process they've got at the moment. It's not fully dialed in, so it just needs to be sort of, to be fair, a complete rehaul. There was a call that one of the sales reps had that didn't close, just down to fear. So I was just running through the sort of framework we'll typically go through in terms of like getting prospect out of their own way, dealing with all the sort of limiting beliefs and everything else. Quickly go and join the juice. Jizza Curling, missing today. Was meant to come to the gym, 8 AM, didn't see him. Was meant to come to the office, didn't see him. See if he joins us later today. Oh! How's the week been? The week's been good. There's still a lot to do in terms of the final changes being rolled out for Capital Closer. Like, still a lot to be recorded and implemented, which will be done in the next 7 days. I'm certain of it. But good in the sense of like there was a lot of content and filming that we needed to get done before we could even go live. Like the last thing we want to do is like, oh, we're live and then we've got to film this, so then we're live then. No, let's get it done now. Let's do everything sort of at the same time, at both times effectively, and then we'll get it live. So we'll go gym now. Jerry should be joining us here. Got to review 2 calls last night from one of the sales teams that we're running. It's in the trading education space. Partner's doing, well, he was initially doing a low ticket, and he was doing like 3, 4, 5 million near low ticket. We're now building out the high ticket effectively. Sales rep took 2 calls last night. In my opinion, they definitely should have closed. So immediately going to be looking at them straight away. Superset or whatever that was. Call review for the big dog for one of the sales reps. I need him now ASAP. I need to quickly review them so that the rest of the team can understand the standard in terms of what's acceptable and what's not. This is one thing that our sales team's like, I just don't find it acceptable at all. Like, you should feel, and I don't give a shit what people say, you should feel really like a sense of being worried, submitting an end of call report, knowing, oh, objection, fear, think about it. Like, that should almost be like there's 80,000 people in a football stadium and you've just missed a sitter. And if you don't feel like that, you clearly just don't want to get to the level of 20, 30, 40, 50,000 a month in remote sales, and that's completely fine. Just don't operate on a high-performing sales team. But a good standard to set for yourself is that you need to have the opinion that eventually every lead will end up buying, and you need to create an environment where they can eventually buy. And do not blame external variables as to why you aren't where you want to be. Joe and the Juice and Coco de Mama. Have you ever heard of Coco de Mama? Oh mate, they are. We used to have them back in the corporate sales job. Only thing that got me through it. It was funny because we used to go to another place. When I got fired from my corporate sales job with my best mate, we set up an agency. For those that don't know, we set up an agency selling the smaller leads to smaller business owners. The agency did really, really well. I knew the company was going to find out, but anyway, it is what it is. Effectively, we would go to a cafe down the road from our corporate sales job, and we would like call all the business owners, and I'd have a list, and I'd dial. We'd call them, we'd close them there and there on like retainers and rev share. And we were like, it was in our corporate sales job, and yeah, it was literally down the road from our corporate sales. I remember one day, like one of our directors walked in, I was absolutely shitting it. So yeah, good fond memories. What was it called? Pure. Oh, so good. Those are the days. But yeah, no, it's been a good week. In the next 2 weeks, what we're going to do when we're basically sort of sharing the new pivot of the organisation, we're inviting the whole team down here. So we've hired an office out for a day. Big Dog's going to be back in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, it should be good just to sort of share it with everyone in person, finalise the changes over the next 2 weeks, and then it's go time, baby.